We're good
Gibbler's.
now.
Are we good?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And if someone joins in, we can comment or this or that. But this is kind of exciting.
It is kind of exciting.
Are you nervous?
Am I a sissy if I say yes?
No. I appreciate the honesty. Here's what you got to remember. No one's going to watch this anyway.
That's true.
So,
Thank you, all two of you.
Yeah. So, all right, Gibbler. Welcome back to the After Two Beers podcast. If you haven't listened to the show before, basically what Gibbler and I do is we'll have a couple beers, a couple drinks, at least. That's the minimum. And then we record our show. And we've been doing this now for a little over 4 years, so we're well prepared. That's a lot of 2 beers.
That's a lot of 2 beers.
Yes. But we were lucky enough tonight to be invited by Mr. Kevin Shook to come down to the Global Media Enterprises new studios. And specifically, we are in Studio E. And we're very excited. He had a really cool reception tonight, and he had a lot of guests. And we've got some of the people that really have been with us since the beginning. Todd and Trisha. Trisha did so much for us at the beginning to get us started with helping us out with tickets and things that we used to grow our first show before the podcast got pulled off by before we got Zuckerberg.
We got Zuckered.
And then obviously JP and AJ, because they had literally nothing better to do. So they came down to hang out with us tonight. So we greatly appreciate it. But no, Kevin's done a great job and has shown us a great time. Our buddy Mark Straight showed up tonight, and we had done some audio with him. Unfortunately, we lost the audio. So we had to re-record this, but maybe it's something we can work with him again in the future.
Maybe.
Good dude. He's got a podcast of his own, Bullshitting with Padre. And he also is on Twitter as Not Your Average Dad. What is it? Not your
Average dad.
Not your typical dad or something.
Not some.
Yeah, we'll get
We're
it
gonna
right.
have to look.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark. I didn't write it down. And at this point, we are well after 2 beers. So
I
gotta
keep
tell
hearing
you.
our echo.
Well, what it is the microphone is still on in the break room or studio in the and
There we
there we go. AJ for the rescue. See, this is the beauty of this. So we're live right now on Facebook and YouTube, and you and I can take the audio and edit this and make it sound like everything is perfect. Like that didn't just happen.
Everything's perfect.
Yeah, but the cool part about us being here is it's an opportunity for us to kind of, first of all, it's easier for us because Kevin's doing a lot of the technical work, but it's an opportunity for him to kind of practice because this is a really cool studio he's built.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, do you want to do some news?
Oh, I'd love to do some news.
Yeah, we're going to jump into some news here. Now, the beauty of us being on Facebook and on YouTube is that we can accept comments and we can react to comments. But we've also got right now a control room with some of our absolute favorite people in the world. So if they've got things that they want to add, it's an opportunity for you to add to them as the producer. Now, Kevin.
They're going to cuss us.
No. This is the beauty. Like, we're going to work together on this. We're experimenting.
Go ahead.
When you speak, is that going over the air?
Yes.
Oh, so you're, wow.
We're on. Yeah.
Well, it's your stuff. It's not ours. Nobody from. Yeah. So actually, right now, if we do something really bad, people will think that of you because it's on
be
your
all right.
social media.
Yeah. That's what's awesome. It's hard for me to get in trouble.
Well,
if
you know,
I own it.
that's true. And if I had thought better, I would have worn a better T-shirt.
Oh,
If I knew we were going on.
I'm just glad you have one on.
Well, I put it on.
I'm glad
just
I
in
have
case.
one on too.
Couple more
Gosh.
beers.
Yeah.
Toast.
Are we going to do a toast?
Yeah.
Do you want
Are we
come
going
in
to do
here?
a live
We'll do it.
toast?
Yeah, we'll do a live toast.
You want to come in? Or you can do it in there. Again, here's the beauty for AJ, Gibbler and I, is that we can still edit all this out.
Right.
So
You'll still have your own.
no. Have
Great
you got
episode.
anybody watching? Can you look at the data?
Yeah. 5.
5 people.
What?
It's
Do we
all
know who?
us.
It's-
Sorry, guys. we didn't,
I wonder if
I know we
can
can watch
share it.
live.
Thank you,
but-
all 5 of you fans. All 5 of you.
Gibbler, you should share it from your personal page.
I don't even have my phone in here.
You can go get it. No one's watching.
Right.
They're all in
Right.
there,
We're all in here watching it.
right? I think, honestly, Kevin, I think this is so cool is that we're getting the opportunity because, we've done some really cool interviews, and I think there's opportunities for us to do those interviews again,
Oh, absolutely.
and we could work together to do that. So, Toddy's excited.
Uh-oh.
Should we,
Oh, you could do one in
I
here.
just heard it.
should we pause and come back live maybe in a minute?
Nah.
No, you're good with this.
We're just gonna bring it in.
We're just
They
gonna-
either love us or they don't.
That's true.
yeah, Toddy, come in here.
Yeah, do it. And
Well, come in here with us, buddy. Have a seat.
He was out.
Should I wait? Should I shake it up like I just won something?
No.
Hey, you don't let it go in the black hole.
Oh man, that's a good point. Oh, there's some already poured.
Oh, well, there we go.
Hold on.
Man, what is this?
I was
Cold
gonna say,
duck?
Kevin, you've got to come in with us.
Here, I'll pop it.
Oh, you want to pop it? He's like, I paid for it. I'm gonna pop it.
He said, "Pop it like it's hot."
Is this gonna spray me? I better not get sprayed. This is my best T-shirt. I've never.
Remember that one time Gibbler lost her eyeball on live?
Oh, oh.
That was it.
That was it.
Hey,
I've
we have
heard that
comments.
before.
We have comments.
That's so
Congrats,
cool.
friends. Don't do it. Somebody said don't do it.
Scott was a guy that we went down to the firehouse and did a celebration for. He had like 10,000 followers or something. It was like a stupid number.
He's got more followers than we do.
1,300.
1,300.
I'll tell you here in a second.
He said, "What's up, Kevin Shook?"
Scott, how many followers do you have? No comment on it. I got one.
This is so. This is.
Especially because we keep hearing ourselves after the fact over there.
Oh, I just meant the fact that it's just boring ass television. I have a newfound appreciation for Anderson Cooper on New Year's Eve.
Toast. Here's to bread. Without it, we wouldn't have a toast. You're welcome.
Oh, that's horrible.
Say that again. Say that one more time. Yes, you do. What was it again now?
Oh shit, it's because our mic's on and
Gunpowder and something else.
oh my god, I forgot the mic in here.
Cheers.
Here's to honor.
Jamie, come on, Jamie.
Well, we're gonna.
There we go.
We should pull it together. It's wild.
All right, now here I'll turn it off now.
Well, it's not. It's either that or the door needs shut. You can leave the mic on.
Okay.
It just creates a. And they might be able to hear.
My headset's still on.
Mine is now. It wasn't for a second.
Okay.
This is awesome. This is a great
Are
opportunity.
you guys good?
Well, I mean, if we're going to be.
We're
right
cheersing.
now.
We're toasting.
You realize, like, I'm after, like,
Brought to you by CJM Construction / Catering.
yeah, we should
Yeah.
go. We can go live. We've got a couple thousand followers on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
and we could try to go live, and or we can share the live post, and you can absolutely call out CJM. Was that right?
Yeah, CJM Construction.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's live right now.
Yeah, I'm saying if I share it,
Yeah, absolutely.
do I just go to Kevin Shook?
Yeah.
What a great opportunity for people.
Look at Scotty's shameless plug in the comments.
Trying to
Love
vlog
it.
that my YouTube channel.
Good for him. What a good kid.
That's a whole lot faster than.
I heard your giggle over there.
Well, that's good to know.
Kevin Shook.
It's just good to know.
All right. Oh, here we go. I'm going to share it. Gibble, are you going to share it or no?
I don't have my phone in here.
Well, go get it.
I'm good.
Yeah, she
I'll
don't want to
share
share. She's
later.
so scared. All right, here we go. Do I just hit post?
You're doing it to the after 2 beers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it there now? Can somebody check? This is so exciting.
I love it.
Now, will the comments currently say Kevin Shook?
Yeah.
Will it still come through?
I think that it'll have to be on the original post.
So should we go live from after 2 beers?
Well, it won't show up here, though, unless he changes that over.
Well, we can do that.
I can change that over, but it's going to be a minute to create your YOLO profile and stuff.
YOLO, you only live once.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. It's up to you, man. We're up to-
YOLO.
All right. Let's just do it. Let's just do it as is, and we'll take it as it goes.
Cool.
Well, yeah, because if anybody's following on our
15
Facebook,
viewers.
then it'll end up starting
Yeah.
to follow there. So
Yeah. All right. Well,
My burner phone, my regular phone. Oh, here, turn it.
there you go. All right. Well, if you're tuning into the show right now, we've shared it from our After 2 Beers page, and we are in the Global Media Enterprises studios. We talked about this on our last podcast. We're in Studio E, and we are recording, thanks to Mr. Kevin Shook. We are live.
we're live. This is so weird.
It is. You know, we've been doing this now. This is the beginning of our 5th year, and I think this is the first time that we've ever gone live because it scares the hell out of me.
It scares me too.
I know
I'm
what
not gonna
I
lie.
say. I bounce a lot of things off AJ, and I bounce a lot of things off you, and I realize sometimes afterwards, I'm like, man, that was pushing the line. And once it's live, it's out there forever.
Oh yeah.
This can't be taken back.
I mean, the reason we have after 2 beers is because it's like less filter, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
we're really less filter, and we're just
Yeah.
out there,
So
no edit.
It's interesting. So we've just started this thing, and so we're seeing comments that are coming through. This is all brand new to us, and so next week we may be able to see the comments that are coming directly to us from After 2 Beers. So we want to make sure, first of all, like we talked about, we thanked Global Media Enterprises. We also CJM Construction sponsored the event tonight. We had some drinks and hors d'oeuvres, and we had some of our favorite people come in tonight. So thank you so much to CJM Construction. Without them, we couldn't do this tonight. And then I love this. Our buddy Scott is really pumping up his YouTube page. And actually, Scott has way more followers than we do on YouTube.
Scott, we'll talk about you if you talk about us.
Well, actually, maybe we just need Scott to come on the show next week, and we'll just go live from his channel.
There
and
we
maybe
go.
we can pull in some listeners that way. And then now we see Josh Ponder. This is exciting for us. I don't know how much is being seen on our own page.
Like, I just want to be WKRP in Cincinnati. Like,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. Now here's the thing that I'm the most nervous about. Right now, we're on our second Facebook page. The first one already got kicked out.
We got Zuckerberg.
And it pisses me off because we were up to 100,000 followers.
Oh man, we had
And now
so
we have
many
2.
likes and comments and everything.
2. There was times we would make a post and 25 million people would see it. And now we're lucky if we get 400 people. So thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Thank you, all 400 of you, though.
Yeah. Well, that right there is going to get us canceled from Facebook for sure. But no, this is really cool and exciting. And I'll tell you what, let's go ahead. You want to try a news story?
Let's do it.
All
Might
right.
as well.
If this is your first time turning into the After Two Beers podcast, you can go to the After Two Beers webpage. It's just after2beers.com. That's the number 2. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do a few things there.
And we're
But
getting onto the tiki-taki.
a little bit, it's just a matter of finding the time. But really what we try to do more than anything is commit to the show. And when we've done, right now we've got over 140 episodes that are still available. But I think we've recorded well over 200 in our time. And
Or
this
more.
is what we do. Yeah. So the reason we're called After Two Beers goes back to a buddy of ours that started the show, Mr. Phil Quinn. And we would have a couple of drinks, and we felt like we were pretty funny and that people would want to listen. So that's how we got started. And it was that actually 2 of our biggest supporters, Todd and Trisha. I'm doing shout-outs tonight. These are people that have really been behind us, so I'm going to do a bunch of shout-outs. We were at their wedding, and that's how we came up with the concept of the show. Now, the key to the show, we cannot start until after 2 beers. Now,
Gross.
we have more than that as the show proceeds, but that is the minimum requirement before we're allowed to go live or record.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we feel like that's when the muffler comes off.
And it depends on whether we're doing like a 12-ouncer or...
Yeah, it just depends. So typically, if you go to the page and listen to the show, the first half of the show, we kind of do a topic or we do some history segments. And then the second part is our news segments.
That's the fun part.
It is the fun. Well, they're all fun.
I know it's all fun, but that's the real fun part for me.
So,
I mean, we're talking about...
yeah. So Scott is, and here's the cool part. So if you're listening to the show right now, you can send comments, and you can interact with us. Now, one of the things that we used to do these live events when we first got started, and the show was a little bit more risque than it is now. But one of the things,
little?
yeah, it was a lot more risque. It was so bad.
It was.
Yeah, we took them all down. But one of the things that we allowed people, we had this shit pan. We called it a shit pan. And people
It literally was a shit pan.
It literally was. It was a bedpan. And that we would pass it around and we would allow people to put comments or questions about things they wanted us to discuss. And we would discuss them on the show. And the beauty now of going live is that we can do that again now via this process.
I don't know that we want to open it up that much.
Well, that's where we got to have a producer inside that control room that's going to allow us to kind of filter that thing. That's where AJ comes in handy. That's the greatest. So, I appreciate everyone that's kind of turning in because this is all an experiment at this point. And I don't know. You know what? Let's, for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and do one of the news stories and see how it comes across. All right?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, this is awesome. All right. This was a story that I had shared with us internally, but we haven't done it on the show yet. All right. This story comes to us from the Huffington Post, and it's from Lincoln, Nebraska. A couple hundred people grabbed their pool noodles and headed to Nebraska Park again this weekend to battle over the right to the name Josh.
They're pool noodles?
Well, they're little kids, but we'll get started. The event started as an online joke when Josh Swain from Tucson, Arizona, sent out a tweet challenging anyone who shared his name to fight over it. After it took a life of its own, Swain turned it into a real event at the random coordinates he included in his original note, which happened to be Lincoln, Nebraska. Because if you're going to fight over a name,
You might as well be in Nebraska.
Absolutely. The enthusiasm from everybody here was just incredible, Swain told the Lincoln Journal-Star. Several of the competitors this year donned costumes, including masks, animal suits, football helmets, before heading out to Bowling Lake Park.
So are they just dressing up as different Joshes or what?
Well, no, they're all Joshes.
Right, but
They're
like,
just
what
dressing
are
up
they
as-
dressing up as?
Well, just random things, it sounds like. Animal suits and football helmets and I don't know. 5-year-old Josh Vincent Jr., who defended his title as the number 1 Josh. And so it's a lot of youngins.
So who's the best noodler?
Josh was. Josh Vincent Jr., 5-year-old, defended his title. Saturday's event raised nearly $21,000 for Children's Hospital Medical Center in Omaha, and the owners of the Josh Cellars Wine Level pledged to match that amount with a donation of their own. You know, I know a Josh that we could get involved in this competition, and the medical bills that he could rack up for other kids
Oh man.
will greatly exceed the $21,000.
I feel like he would whip all kinds of kids with a noodle.
Right. I think you could load the weapon at the end, like put a weight in it or something. Just knock the hell out of some other Joshes. Who do you think, what name would have the best fight? Like you think Karen's, right? But that would really be more like a debate, not so much a fight.
I don't know. I'd be like Felicia's.
Really? I feel like Chad's.
Chad's?
You always feel you always hear about Chad's.
Chad's over Felicia's or Karen's?
Karen's?
Didn't you say Karen's?
Yeah, but I think Karen's would be more of a debate. It'd
don't
just be a
know.
bunch of ladies
I
arguing.
think they'd be up there smacking people with their short haircut.
This is the beauty is we're live. Do you know any friends named Karen?
I do, but no, there are often times where at work, when I answer the phone, apparently when I say Kim,
Kim?
they think I'm saying Karen.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no.
Do you have any friends that are named Karen with short haircuts?
No short haircuts, though.
No.
I have one friend named Karen, I think.
Yeah?
No short haircut.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want you to get beat up afterwards or something.
We'll just debate about it, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Let's do our second story, and then we will wrap it up for the night on this introductory version of After Two Beers Live. I'm impressed that at this point in the night, as much as I've consumed, that I'm still pretty intelligible at this point. I feel like
You're not slurring. You're not
No.
talking in cursive yet.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm really trying hard to articulate. I really am. I took it in college, and I think it's finally paying off. It took 20-some years for it to come through. But now
All it took was us to be live? My
I
gosh.
guess. Maybe it's funny because I'm feeling like I'm using muscles in my face I haven't used in years.
My cheeks are going to hurt tomorrow.
Oh, man. It's going to be bad. I'm going to have to eat just pureed foods for the rest of the week. All right, here's our last story. This was we talked about this one earlier, but you guys weren't here for that, so that's why we're doing it now. A cat nicknamed One-Eyed Joe by prison staff found in shipping container on offshore oil rig 5 years after he vanished.
So do you think that they have like a dance for him too? Kind of like the Cotton Eye Joe?
Oh, my God.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? One-Eyed Joe.
I feel like we've lost everybody.
They're out there eating snacks.
They're eating all the snacks that we wanted to eat.
P.S. Those that you guys didn't show up, you're missing the snacks.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap this up for this first opportunity at live, unless anyone has any more comments. I don't see any.
They just want us to talk about T-shirts and such.
Yeah. Well, that was we used to sell those. Anyway, Kevin, we're gonna wrap it up, buddy. We're not getting a whole lot of interest. So
Okay.
what? How many people are watching right now?
24.
Are there really? What?
You're like, oh, let's go.
Right? Well, holy shit. Well, never mind then. Let's just keep drinking and keep talking.
That's all of them. Too.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, now I feel like we need to engage in some way. We need something. Help me out here.
I see comments dropping.
Yeah,
Oh, now there's some
Amy
comments. Hey, y'all.
And the Falcons. I love those people.
They showed up tonight,
Yeah.
too.
They did.
I think they showed up for the cat.
And Scott now wants to be on the next live stream. See?
Come on out, Scott.
Oh, man.
Well, hello, Jane.
Are you a friend or a friend?
Ish.
Are you
Of people.
Are you a champagne drinker?
You know what? I kind of like it.
Do you? It's not bad, is it?
It's not. Now, I'm one of those rare few that I don't get a headache from them.
No.
No.
All right, Josh's head. Let's get some questions. Actually, Josh, why don't you ask us a question?
No, we're not doing that. I know that guy. We're not doing that.
Oh my God. You should come see the cat. Here's the beauty of this cat, Amy. It has no hair.
None.
So its nuts are in full display.
Now, it does have like a little bit of fuzz, but it's on its ears.
We have beers here. All right. We need something. I love a cat. Cats a lot. Me too, buddy. All right, Gibbler. Let's talk about. We got to come up with something. Did you love any of the news stories?
I liked the cat story.
Did you
But
really?
you just like cut us off short.
Well, I didn't realize we had 24 viewers. I thought we had like 2, and I thought they were in that room.
I bet Amy was just on there because of the cat. She was like, what about One-Eyed Joe?
All right. Well, let's just do After 2 Beers as it is. All right. So if you haven't listened to our podcast before, one of the things that we do about half of the show is we talk about funny news stories that we hear. Sometimes they're pretty out there, but this week it was heavily animal related, and we're going to tell the first story because I love this story. This is my favorite story. I actually found this on NPR, and the headline of the story is this dog broke into a Tennessee couple's house and snuggled her way into their bed. And there's a picture of the dog. Now, this is where you can't see that, but in the future, what we'll do is we'll set up with Kevin, and he can actually bring that up on the screen. That'd be kind of cool, right?
I think I like it.
I do too. All right, here's the story. Julie and Jimmy Johnson are no strangers to dogs. They have 3 of their own that regularly sleep in the bed with them in their Southeast Tennessee home. Here's the thing. You weren't listening earlier when we were going live, and there's certain words that just you struggle with when you've been drinking.
After 2 beers.
Right. And one of them for me, for some reason, is the word regularly.
Regularly.
Oh, I feel like I strain a tonsil every time I say it. I'm going to wake up with a sore throat in the morning and be like, I said regularly too much. All right. The couple woke up to find a large tan dog sandwiched between them that was not one of their own. Julie said, you could see the light coming into our curtains in our bedroom, and I feel my husband not just roll over, but kind of startled, almost like a jump rollover, and it just woke me up.
WTF?
And he said in a quite stern voice, Julie, whose dog is this?
I don't know about you, but if some other dog came into the house of mine, my other dogs are going like crazy.
Right? What are their other 3 dogs? Like they're just like, slapping at high fives and going, what's up, man?
Hey, dude, you know the best place in the house is to sleep?
Hey, if you need to take a shit inside, I recommend the living room.
Let me show you where the water bowl is.
Hey, when the big bald one goes to the kitchen, we get food, so just follow him in there.
Every time the freezer door opens, we get ice cubes.
Oh,
Sweet.
man. Julie was admittedly confused, thinking it was one of her dogs, either Hollis, Jupiter, or Zeppelin. And but when she rolled over and locked eyes with Jimmy, only to find an unknown dog in bed with him. Now this is where Julie's husband turned into a real man. Like this this could have caused a divorce between the two of them. I don't know, but my husband just went to kind of pull the blankets up a little bit, almost like they were going to protect him. I think she should take some real
She's
knowledge
like,
in
what
that.
about me, man?
Right? What if that was a cougar in there? He'd been like, "Get the cougar, baby, get the cougar. We're gonna die." And at that point, the dogs even got further up on her pillows and snuggled in, and was just 100% compete. Being he's just big sweetie.
He was a big sweetie over
He's
there.
like-
He was probably doing this.
Yeah. He's like, you guys got hot dogs in this house? I like hot dogs.
If you're gonna pull up the covers, make sure you cover me.
Oh, I love the fact that a strange animal can climb into bed with people, and they're so chill with it. They're like, "Nah, this is cool. It's a dog. It's cool."
We're just gonna pull the covers up.
Yeah,
It's all right.
Yeah, it didn't take much time after that to realize that the straying dog was not a threat, but instead a cuddle bug, and maybe a bit of a bed hog as it pushed the Johnsons to both sides of their king bed. After taking a look at the dog and realizing it must have owners who took care of it, Julie said she started taking some selfies of the bizarre and funny situation. This is funny for an animal, but we've had a buddy. We'll call him...
We'll call him Myrtle. I don't know.
Right? Like my dog. He's a Merle dog, right? We'll call him Dave Merle. That's it. That's all we're going to call him. Okay? Now, the difference between Dave and this dog is this dog's probably 60 pounds. Dave's like 300. Maybe not now, but maybe then. 300 pounds. Now, Dave had been out one night with a couple of our buddies and had a few too many. And they took him home to hang out, right? To crash, sleep it off.
Right. Sleep it off.
Well, Dave, kind of like this dog, decided he didn't like the couch. He wanted to sleep in bed and climbed in between the guys that took him home, their mom and stepdad. Now, I want to ask you, picture something, Kim.
I have pictured this for the last 20 years because I know the story.
You're laying in bed. It's 3:30 on a Sunday morning, and you got to get up early. You got church, and you got to make,
Biscuits and gravy and
got-
such.
yeah,
Doing all the Sunday things.
and you roll over to hear your husband yell, "Get the fuck out of my house!" And he's yelling at the 300-pound, 6'2" dude that's laying in between the two of you that you've never met before.
And I know this person, so I know that this is not like somebody that's just laying there.
Now, the guy that
Peacefully.
told me the story, his nickname is LB. And my favorite part of the story is he'll say, "Dave, get the fuck back on the couch." And he yelled at him like a dog.
There's a water bowl by the couch.
Oh, my God. You wake up with a 300-pounder in your bed next to you and your wife. Oh, man. That's classic. Anyway. All right, Gibbler. I think we have given Kevin enough knowledge to make this work in the future. I think we've done a good enough job of embarrassing ourselves. And I think we've done a good job of introducing what After Two Beers can be. So if you really loved what we just did, make sure you go to patreon.com/after2beers, reach in them jeans and pull out them greens and give us a little cash. We'd love you for it. And
Definitely make sure that you share our podcast
Yes.
with all of your friends. Like it, subscribe,
Yes.
all of the fun stuff. And
yes, we're the After Two Beers podcast. It's the number 2, not the spelled out version. And so check us out. We're on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, all those kinds of things. And you can listen to us on any of the major podcast formats. Kevin, do you want to say anything before we sign off?
I don't know.
No?
Just thank you. This is great.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't do this without your guys' wisdom and
I don't know
knowledge
if I'd call it wisdom. But,
Well, I mean, you sure in the hell know a lot more than I do about this.
well, we're just
But-
we're not afraid to embarrass ourselves in public.
Right. We have to suck at some point. So
Oh, well, you know what? We're all learning together, and that's what this is all about, man.
absolutely,
You know what? If we're all good to each other, the world's going to be a pretty good place.
yeah.
Yeah. And that actually leads us to our final thing. And we say it at the end of every single one of our podcasts. And being live is no exception. Gibbler, if you see someone out there that you think is struggling, they probably are. And you should reach out to them. Just reach out to them. Say, hey, man, have you ever heard of that After Two Beers podcast? Just thinking of you.
Just an encouraging word. Anything can help. You never
Yeah.
know when people are struggling.
Yeah. So once again, thank you to Global Media Enterprises, CJM Construction, and everyone else that has helped make this possible, not only for Kevin, but for ourselves as well. So without all of you, we couldn't do it. Much love. And Gibbler, I guess without further ado, we will talk to them all next time.
After 2 beers.